for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That's embedded, you get it, treat it like a law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far.
It's week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He got to the century mark in receiving last week with a pair of scores. It's the Dolphins and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
One of the great venues. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start with the option. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands,
it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Down the numbers. There he goes. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy who's that's just happened, Some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. A 5. First down and another 5-yard connection there.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Fields now to throw.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they're using a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears are an extra point away. Getting this one up. Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Taken in at the 3. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Tua now on 1st down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going out with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year.
And this will be caught by Mooney. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. Through one quarter, 14-7. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. Out of the gun, Fields. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Montgomery will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the 8th.
And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Eddie Jackson picks him, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Touchdown! Cole Kmet, 27 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Benogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and
that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Going right back to Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. Caught on a slant. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Tua now, 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again is Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards after the big play. A chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Igbenogany elects not to return, and the football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Santos' kick is up and through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Ready. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Here's Hill on the return.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very... Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
They find some open field here, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
David Montgomery with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Miami set to take over. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. After the sack on first down, Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Tua Tagovailoa with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with the touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 66 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Play action. It's Fields.
On the move to his left.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
3 quarters in the books.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
For that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done, but they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
Follow
following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He dumps it off for Henry. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they're going to speed things up here. On 2nd down and 4. Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Back-to-back 9-sack seasons at Miami have firmly established Emmanuel Ogbah as the face of the Fins pass rush.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now it's Fields.
And this is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tua sets up to pass it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Dolphins have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
Well, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Pringle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On first down, Fields. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Henry up the middle. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Here we go.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Dolphins, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Chicago, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
I don't want to clarify. Keep up. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sip that'll be when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take the positive. You talking fit to me. I just be having my way. Only come out with a pay till I say. Heard you wanna be. Don't gotta whip it. Rag on no petty. Flip like talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down. Benjamin. We not equivalent. Really bad. Looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hot in the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, stop trying to look. You do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they texting calls. Run me that. Making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like pretty and paid. Pretty and paid. Y'all heard know I'm coming. I don't want to clarify. Keep up. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sip that'll be when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take the positive. You talking fit to me. I just be having my way. Only come out with a pay till I say. Heard you wanna be. Don't gotta whip it. Rag on no petty. Flip like talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Empty the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down. Benjamin. We not equivalent. Really bad. Looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hot in the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, stop trying to look. You do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they texting calls. Run me that. Making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a lack, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bout it. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. But I get that daily paper. Stop playing me. Pap.
Better. Petty don't matter. Far as that teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now a better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business your business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been to prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hey little player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that funky, about my face, wearing that monkey, not that might give you life advice. Get some money, get some money, get some money, get some money, get some money.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to get this out to the 25. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers. He's got Casper over the middle. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw it through contact and short of the sticks.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here today. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. This is brought in by Casper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Play action. It's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And some room to work. Touchdown! Mark Ingram, 32 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And this will be a Packers 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Hey, take 26. Easy. Hey, 88.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
On second down, it's Jones.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now a first down carry by Jones.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll run it with Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Didn't quite get the touchdown, but now they're really knocking on the door.
And if you're the play caller, now you're thinking to yourself, what is your sequence? Because you're not just thinking one play here just in case. You're looking ahead as well. I wonder if he's just thinking 3 power plays at max to get the ball in the end zone.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Jones.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The kick by Crosby is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
A short kick taken at the 18.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On the double.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure they're from
Michael Crabtree's going to go. And all the way in for the touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 74 yards as they have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Visitors 14, Packers 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Bruce Smith brings the heat, gets the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers, he gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it in double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. On play action, Rodgers. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the defense. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 47 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They give Ingram up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big third down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Back north. Here we go.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Able to complete to Moss. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers rolling to his right. This is Casper catching it out right. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Rodgers to throw once more. That's going to be caught by Moss. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Some guys just simply have it. And Randy Moss is one of those guys. His big playability, once again on display right there.
That's what he's known for. He averaged 15.6 yards per reception during his playing days. Highest career yards per catch average for any player with 900 or more receptions.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And it's complete to Adams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out is another.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom.
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game. And you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. Ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lawrence going to put it up right away.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Ramsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Rams.
On first down, Murray. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense draws.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here's Rodgers. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. On the move past the 40. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36.
It's a gain of 20.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Waddle, 36 yards. And the Rams take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. What's good on the extra point? And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers, nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Chargers, nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Chargers, first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers will get that to his tight end, Casper. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Rodgers. That's caught by the Hall of Famer, Casper. And he is going to have a Rams first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They'll run the counter with Murray. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's the tight end, Casper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them, not necessarily.
There he goes, right side. The 40. Past the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. 1:50 left to go in the second quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. They go screen. This is Ingram. Touchdown, Chargers. Mark Ingram. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that,
There's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Sacked there by Bruce Smith. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Rams first down.
On first down, Rodgers. That goes out wide to Murray. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And again, it's Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
26.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, he sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I feel like my man, Old Murray, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown in their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Steps away to, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had to.
And now off
to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Chargers 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 70 yards. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Rodgers now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Murray. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing is Rodgers.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Tariq Woolen, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Tariq Woolen, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. He dumps it down to Ingram. It's a room to maneuver. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. They're running. Ingram. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
7-yard line.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Play action. It's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3/4 of play. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time to this offense to move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Rams. Justin Jefferson, 29 yards. And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Looks good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense because...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
You block over here. All right.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Rams first down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
Touchdown, L.A. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Rams have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Rams 35. Chargers 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Lawrence.
It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And he's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Up the middle, Ingram. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mark Ingram. His second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. This is brought in by Casper. Touchdown! Dave Casper, 43 yards.
And the Rams tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter.
Rodgers will throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with...
Fighting through it, he's got space.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. Lawrence. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of it.
Touchdown, Chargers. Michael Crabtree with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
To Jefferson on the slant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation